Y'all young folks better tune in and know your history. No excuses now, because the Keyboard Money Mike radio show is going down. Right now.
Keyboard Money Mike is down with us.
For more information.
Peace and blessings, everybody, and assalamu alaikum to my Muslim peeps out there. This is MC Glamorous, a.k.a. Chaplain Jamila. This is Testimony and Beat, and I'm here to let you know, check us out on the Keyboard Money Mike Show. Peace.
Listen, I just told earlier before we went on the break to hear the famous Glamorous song. I was told Georgie Porgy putting pot, you know the one I'm talking about. And then I said the song like real music, real lyrics, got to be real by Sarah Lynn. My man just told me that was the husband and wife. Really? No wonder why he sleeps in a different room. I just made that up. I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the one and only Bless on the set. Glamorous. Oh my God. You are here.
Yes, I am.
Glamorous, you have history. And you know, thank you very much.
You're just going to ignore the whole greeting thing, huh?
No, Eric. No.
Just say you don't know how to say it, man. Just say it. Just say it.
I didn't know how to say it, Eric.
Okay, I don't either.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Oh. Thank you.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. You helped me out. Yeah. So, Eric Short, my co-host right here. I call him Mr. Brainiac. He just has history, knowledge. Look, like he just told me, the husband of, right? The husband of Georgie Porgy was, the wife was
he was
Sarah
a
Lynn.
lead singer for a group named Toto, like the dog on the Wizard of Oz. Toto. They sing Georgie Porgy, but he's actually married to Cheryl Lynn. That was his wife.
Wow.
After they got discovered on the Gong Show or one of those shows back in the 70s.
But Eric, who's between us right now? As you would say.
Glamorous.
It's not about the...
Glamorous is between us right now, brother.
Now, listen. Let me tell you why. Okay, we're going to go to our history, right? We're going to go to how Glamorous hit the scene in the music entertainment industry. But most of all, we're also going to connect with her spirituality because she's on another level. And she has a lot to share to the brothers and sisters who seem to be seeking somewhat spiritually confinement. She will provide the path, and you will follow. All right, Glamorous. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Glad you're here. I am definitely honored. And hold on, let me do that sign. I am taught very well. And, you know, your history is an amazing history. I want you to share us and run us through your experience because you was with the Juice Crew. And trust me, Juice Crew was the inception of part of the female being a part of a crew, along with the Funky 4+1, you know. But you definitely had an impact in history, and people look up to you because they say your rap skills is like on another level. But anyway, share with us the experience, what it's like for you, just to have the opportunity to do something you probably was afraid to do.
Well, I wasn't so much afraid because, you know, it's in the blood. Because, you know, Chuck Berry is my cousin, so he's an icon, you know. And my mom told us when we were young that he was related to us. So I always wanted to be a star like him.
Wow.
You know, so,
okay.
You know.
And my condolences, you know, I know Chuck passed away. And my condolences to you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we're just keeping the Berry name, you know, alive with the talent. My brother, George, Danny Berry, he used to bring with his crew with turntables in the house. And, you know, I got, you know, enthused by the DJing because I was trying to DJ like him first. And then...
You mean the brother that does comedian today?
Yes.
Oh, don't worry. The second half, we're going to bring him on. Right? You're going to promote your brother on this show right here.
Okay.
Keyboard Money. We recognize
awesome.
talent.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Right.
But, you know, I kind of drag him with me everywhere, you know, but I mostly look at him. He brought the turntables and the mic and stuff around, and I would just watch him. My mother always like, you like a tomboy or something. But I'm following him, you know, but I got my own light.
Right.
You know, and I was determined to, you know, to do whatever I was call myself trying to do. I had a lot of talents. I write books, I write children's stories, write children's songs. You know, I do a lot of writing, I do spiritual writing and so forth. You know, and I also try to implement what I'm writing because I use my writing to teach me and to teach my children. You know, rhyming for some reason helps you memorize, so that's how I try to remember things, by putting things into rhyme.
Right. Now let's still stick in the beginning here. The transition to Muslim. Was you always a Muslim, or you transitioned into Muslim?
No, we were raised as Christians.
Okay.
I went into the Nation of Islam at one portion of my life.
Let's just talk about that. Like, what made that change? I don't want to talk about the transition.
Well, first it was these 5%ers running around talking about Allah is God and that they was God. And then I think I mentioned it to someone and they was like, yeah, Allah is God, but they not God. Well, they was trying to, let me know that Allah is God. Well, then who is Allah then? And so I went into the Nation of Islam. They was telling me I had to write this letter exactly the same way and all this stuff to get an X and all this stuff. And I was like, okay. And I went to the temple. Professor Richard Griffin took me to the temple number 7, which was in Brooklyn. Yeah. Yeah, from Public Enemy. So
I said that, Eric. You said X-Clan.
Yeah, it was an audio problem.
But anyway, I went through that phase, and then when I was in the Nation of Islam, I'm gonna say Sunni Muslim, real Muslim, came to me and was like, do you make salah? And I said, what's that? It was Muslims make salah, and he showed me in the Quran and everything, and I was like, oh, so what am I doing? So I transitioned into Sunni Muslim making salah. I said, oh, I gotta make salah, So I started making salah, and salah is prayer, how you prostrate 5 times a day, I learned that, and then I started covering, and my mom was like, oh no, you're not up in here. So I had taken my shahada when I was 17, and then my mom took my chemo off. She was like, no, so I couldn't do that as long as I was under her roof or whatever. So I didn't do anything. I still believed in Allah, and and then I took on the name Glamorous, and I started writing my rhymes. It was from my 8th grade prom when I knew that I wanted to be an MC.
Wow, around 13 years old. So
because Spectrum City did my prom, and that's when I saw, they did my 8th grade prom at Dodge Junior High School in Freeport, and I wanted that mic. But it was
it's in your blood, like you said. You said it's in your blood.
I wanted that mic, and ever since then I started following them, and they had a studio on Franklin Avenue in Hempstead, and I used to go there all the time. They was like, what is this? They probably was saying, what is this little girl doing here? Right. But I didn't want it to be a part. They always accepted me. They took me on like their little sister, and I was always around them. And then I joined, I entered a contest that Chuck D and they gave at the castle in Queens, and I won first place, but it was a tie between me and Sugar Bear. And I won first place for a record deal with Pop Art, but I never saw it. But that night I met Sweet Tea, and Sweet Tea asked me to perform her birthday party. So I came. That was my prom, my 12th grade prom night. I left my date and went to her birthday party to perform. And then she took me to Coney Island to meet Tony D, and that's how we became the Glamour Girls. And did Veronica, and that record made me the first female MC when signed a contract.
Excuse me, let me go to my
from Long Island.
Yeah, go back in your mind, Glamorous Girls, Veronica. What's up with that? What do you remember about that?
The only Veronica I recall was by Just Ice. No, that wasn't. That was
Bad Boys.
LaToya.
Bad Boys did.
Yeah, I said that was LaToya. Bad Boys did Veronica.
I think I rubbed off on you.
Veronica.
Yeah.
I got that. I just got it mixed up with Just Ice. He had one called LaToya.
Mm-hmm. Now, when we were called the Bad Girls before we were the Glamour Girls, the Bad Boys didn't give us permission to use that name. They was all still connected with Tony D, so we changed the name to the Glamour Girls.
That's awesome.
I think I'm rubbing off on you, Eric. Yeah, so that's what's up. So now, I said to the audience that not only do you have made an impact in the music industry, but also you're present with the spiritual essence of a female. What is, now this is your philosophy, all right? Your philosophy. Interpret in your philosophy. What is the essence of a female?
The essence of a female in the spiritual?
In a spiritual form.
In a spiritual form? Well, because we bear life, that's a spiritual thing within itself, the whole growth thing and connection. This is a gift coming from God, from the Creator, that we carry. So that we bear life. Even if you don't ever get pregnant, you have a uterus, you have a womb, you bear life. The nurturing that comes from a woman, she nurtures by nature. She nurtures by nature. So, you know, being a spiritual woman is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Our prayers, because most of them are automatically answered for our children. The prayer of a mother is automatically answered by God. When we're oppressed and depressed, our prayers are heard above the clouds. You know, a cry from a woman don't hurt a woman, because the last sermon that the prophet, peace be upon him, gave before he left this earth, before he passed away, was mostly on the women, humanity, all women. You know, respecting the mother, you know, honor, be kind to your wives. You know, it's like a woman should not be disrespected at all. You have no idea how he emphasized so much on women in his last sermon.
In the Quran, it states that.
In the Quran well.
He who is best among you is he who is best to his wife. That's one of the main things.
And you would know that because you also
Eat pork.
No, Muslim.
Yeah, I was born Eric 19X in the Nation of Islam, and my family converted to Orthodox Islam around 1977-ish. You know, when I was
with Worthy Muhammad.
Yes. So
Connected.
No, but I want to say, I want to talk hip hop. I want to talk her career. I want to talk music. But I'm so intrigued by these other aspects of her life. First of all, I just want to say fist up for the bravery that you show. And you may not even think you're showing bravery, but in a day and in a time where being Muslim is not the cool thing to be, you know, that you openly wear your hijab, you talk about your faith, and well, a lot of people, I'm not going to mention any names, but there's people who be like, yo, you Muslim? You be like, nah, you know, and no, I seen you at a masjid, dude. You Muslim? Nah, that wasn't me. You know?
I'm so proud to be Muslim. Like, our boss is Allah.
Yeah.
He's your protector. He defends you. He defends the believers. So I'm not afraid to say who I am. And, you know, I love being Muslim. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know, being Muslim is so beautiful. It's like, it's a training for your soul, you know. You train yourself to eat right. You train yourself to take care of yourself. You train yourself to, you know, to study, to pray. It's a lot of things that, you know, it's good for your soul. It's good for your life, period. Islam is submission to the Creator.
And that's amazing how you able to spiritually go through your belief and at the same time maintain the artistry on the other hand. Because Donald believes in you, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, people are telling
Among
me,
a lot,
scared of
Donald, the
religion.
people version, believes in you, you know. and he tells me, Donald said, yo, trust me, Glamorous still got skills. Oh, what? She got skills? Eric, give me a beat real quick.
Oh, my.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Me.
Really?
Moisture.
Are you serious?
I'm dead up. Here we go. Give me a hip hop beat, man. Ladies and gentlemen, right about now, your boy Keith Vince is going to introduce Glamorous. Here we go now. Come on.
Okay.
Woo.
The Muslim, a poetess, hot like fire. Work for Allah, I can never retire. Gotta give the dawah, hour after hour. The blessings come down, raining like a shower. Muslim on high, wifey on the low, servant of Allah. Everywhere I go, people stop and stare. I really don't care. It's not their concern if I cover my hair.
Girl.
They talk about the deen living up the dunya. They're all about things that's just gonna ruin ya. The people in the dunya, deaf, dumb, and blind. And the people in the deen, yo, we running out of time. Your iman is weak, the knives are strong. Covered all up and still doing wrong. Now what you gonna do when they come for you? I'm talking about the angels when your life is through.
Holla! What you heard right about now is the one and only Glamorous with the skills. Donald did not let me down. The woman got skills.
Her voice has not changed. Her voice hasn't changed.
So she sounds dope. She was very
Yeah.
articulate with her lyrics, and it was like blessing me all the way. I was going holla. I had the spirit in me. Right? Holla! You know, I was just going crazy with
I
that.
just want to emphasize, because my brother pointed out before, he said, yo, you be saying words people may not understand. Deen is your faith, and nafs is like your desires. You know, dunya is the life of this world. It's like, you know, put it in, you know. So.
Which is pretty cool because guess what? In a lot of hip hop, what you don't know, you will learn. You know, Rakim was spitting a lot of stuff that folks didn't know about.
They ran and got their dictionary.
But they ended up learning it. They talking about knowledge be born and all that. They went and learned. You know?
What he talking about?
You know?
Right.
And you got Google today, so you be like, what he say?
But no,
Hey, but he said that in '86. By '87, everybody 5%er. You know, so like, so.
yeah,
So
I'm a 5%. Right?
it does educate.
But
Right.
I would like to say, no matter what your faith is, the thing that we all have connection to is the Creator, the one who created all of us. That's our connection. That's God is our connection, the Creator.
And that's what's up. So on my girl over here to my right, Shook, we're going to get into one of your songs. Play it back, the Juice Crew, right, with Glamorous. We're going to play that again. Let's go over that 40-second version. So we're going to go right there. We're going to come right back with her brother, who she's definitely carrying with her under her wings because he got skills. And listen to this. She's been out for years, but she looked up to her brother. Let's find out what that's about. We'll be right back.
Street certified. Street certified. It's going down.
The party doesn't start until I enter the place, and all your MCs know me by my face. Now that you know me, why don't you show me all the respect that you owe me? Everywhere I go, I get a compliment. I guess it's the glamour that I present. Guys like my appearance and the way I rap, but they're too chicken and say they're on my strap. I know they're in love with the way I perform because I bring a sunshiny day from a rainy storm. They love my voice, they know I'm their choice. My raps and my beats all equal the poise. They never reject anything I say. They receive it and believe it, cause I don't play. When I rock upon the mic, I'm bound to go far. And Glamorous is down with the Juice Crew Allstars.
Juice Crew Allstars. Oh my goodness. Juice Crew Allstars. Oh my goodness. Juice Crew Allstars. Oh my goodness. This is how we get down.
Yo, zigga, dum. Yo, we back in the place to be. I'm your boy, Keep Up Money Mike on the Keep Up Money Mike show. And to my left, we have the Glamorous. We told you how dope she was. Her lyrical skills was off the charts. Ding, ding, ding. It hit the 10 on my scale. If it was 100, it hit 100. If it was 1,000, it would be 1,000. If it was 10,000, it would be
10,000?
No, 1 million. Now, we're going to get to the left over here and introduce Glamorous along with her brother.
Okay.
Make
As you
it
know-
special. Make it special.
Okay. Yeah, very, very special. I'm so proud of him. I'm a chaplain with New York State Chaplain Task Force. Woo-hoo. A fastest growing interfaith chaplaincy. It's we're community crisis chaplains. And it's a whole different ball game. We ain't them we're not the ordinary chaplains out there.
All right.
And I'm also an instructor for New York State Chaplain Task Force. And I had the pleasure of teaching my brother George here. And he passed the exam with a higher score than I did when I took the exam.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him. I was so scared teaching him because he's older than me. And I'm like, he let me do my thing in the class. You know, and I said, wow, you know.
Right, because your older brother normally has something
I'm
to
like,
say.
he listening to me. Like, I said, do this. And I'm asking him about his homework. Did you submit your homework? And then send it to me. Send it to me. You know, so we went through that, but he was so humble. He went through it. And he took the exam and he passed. I'm so proud of him. And on April 22nd, you know, at the headquarters in Brooklyn on Leonard Street, we will be conducting our graduation, and he will be graduating when we get back from Chuck Berry's funeral. Inshallah. So he is a candidate, but when he take his oath on the 22nd of April, inshallah, he will be Chaplain George Berry.
Yes.
So, George, George, as you can see, your sister definitely admires you. Really because of your humbleness, meaning willing to learn, willing to open up the mind to accept new things. Because, you know, as men, we are normally narrow-minded because somehow we don't know, subliminally our strength give us this antidote to think that we know it all for some reason. Because we can do what we want to do. Like, you can't tell me what to do. My end. What the hell you showing me? No, but then when your sister, younger sister that used to control and manipulate, look, if you do that again, I'm telling Mom. Don't ever do that again. Now go give me some ice cream. Your ice cream. Now look, I just made that part up, but I'm sure something like that went on in your household. Tell us what it's like to see your sister. I know you're more proud than anything, but tell us what it's like to see the growth of your sister, the accomplishment of your sister, to the point where now you are learning new things that you accept to learn from your sister. Tell us what that experience is like.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. And like she said before, back in the days, my boys, we'd be in the basement DJing, you know what I'm saying, creating a crew. We would call Phase 2 back then. And she would always wind up in the basement. I'd be like, get out of here, go back upstairs. You know, we do parties. She'd be like, can I go with you? I'm like, no, stay home. Get back in the house. Go back in the house. We'd probably try to set it up where I'd be like, yo, hurry up, so we got you. So she don't tag along, try to escape. She wind up there in the yards with us when we had the backyard parties. So I was an influence on her, and I didn't know. So when she entered the realm of rhyming and rapping, I was like, wow. Because it went from her following me to me following her. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was her dancer back in the days. I danced with her on stage. She took me to the Apollo. We went everywhere. My sister, I have to tell people, my sister took me all over this country. Rapping, you know what I'm saying, doing her music and her art.
Wherever we went.
Going with the Juice Crew.
I went.
So I was honored, you know. So when she did her thing, you know, and then I fell off and went to the left for a couple of years, and I got seeing that to the left, because prior to today, when you acknowledge my humility, I was real arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Finding my way.
Men has that ability to be sometimes.
So we have to go through some things in order to grow through some things, right?
Wow,
So
nice.
And that's where I'm at, right? So, you know, right now what I do is I do stand-up comedy. I've just broken into the world of comedy. I do comedy for Christian churches, Christian events, right? But I do have a cursing ministry, you know, every now and then I'll pull it out. Now, you know, but I'm a Christian. So when me and her get together, I like to say, it's Chrislam in the house. It's Christian, Muslim, me in the house. Chrislam is in the house. So,
could you bless us with your talent? Like, could we hear a little
of course,
bit?
most definitely, man.
Here you go.
What I like to do, right, is I like to bring information. You know what I'm saying? I bring information to us. And right now, we're looking at our president, right, and we're looking at his first 100 days. Now, I got a campaign that I like to say, I'm never going to say his name, because from the beginning of President Obama's time to the end, they disrespected that man's name from beginning to end. So we can't do like them. You know what I'm saying? We can't disrespect, but I am going to call him 45. That's his name, because he's the 45th president. So I'm going to give him respect. Every time I refer to the president, he's 45.
In my house, we refer to him as the annoying orange.
Okay. Agent Orange, right? For me in my house, we will call him 45. You know, here's one of the things I like to, you know, to bring light on, right? Is he uses this phrase that we're going to make America great again. Right? And I think people undermine exactly what that means. Because if you look at Make America Great Again, there was a time in history that you feel that we were at our pinnacle. Well, they were. But if we got to look as African Americans, where were we when America was great? Woo! We was out picking cotton, apples, peaches, pears. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. Yo, when America was great, unemployment was 0%. We all had jobs.
Yeah.
We couldn't get rid of a job. You try to even think you ain't gonna have a job, be like, yo, come on, we just got to go to work. Must gonna beat us if we don't go work. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
Yeah.
So he wants us to go back there. That's what the again is for. Make America again, great again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wants us to go back, and we can't do that. We gotta stay vigilant. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that.
Awesome. Oh my God. Yo, George, that was awesome, man.
Invest in white makeup.
That's there it is. Well, I don't have to do that.
I'm buying white makeup, military uniform, police uniform. I'm gonna have a different uniform every day to go with my white makeup. Y'all ain't getting me.
I hear you, bro.
I say put your trust in the Almighty. Stay prayed up. And, you know, there's power in prayer. Guard yourself. Keep your family close to you. Don't break family ties, for real. Keep in contact with your family. Know where they are at all times, because things is happening on the unseen that they ain't telling nobody. I mean, for years, children have been disappearing. People have been disappearing, and nobody knows why. This is open your eyes, wake up, start looking, keep in contact with your family. Check on the elderly. Don't sleep on them. The disabled, make sure you checking on the disabled people too, because you know, if you do not keep in contact, you ain't gonna know when they came and took somebody away. Because it's something with eliminating us for some reason. I don't know why, but you know,
the story goes untold. Too.
Yeah, there's
Let
a
one of
lot
them
of
get
stuff
missing.
going
Oh,
on,
my
and
God,
I
alarms and
Yeah.
red alarm.
I pray for my family
Milk
all the
cartons.
time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, if you stay in the limelight, it's gonna be hard for them to, you know, so.
Well, woo.
That's wild, because I can't drink a damn carton of milk without
Without
seeing one of
seeing
them little missing folks. You know.
Oh my, yeah, it's true. It's true.
Let alone drink.
And
You
it's
be
sad.
careful what you drinking, because there ain't nothing real no more. Have y'all read the ingredients of this food?
Oh yeah, something that says I can't pronounce the
Everything
name,
is
but it
real.
says to keep the color intact.
Milk shouldn't even have ingredients. It's just
I
milk.
know, right? It
You know,
came
like-
straight from the
it's like,
cow.
yo, how you gonna have a list of ingredients? It's milk.
You got a point right there.
Yo.
Well-
But I'm just saying, be careful what you look
Yeah, Glamorous, we really thank you for coming through, and we really thank you for honoring us with your brother George, because he definitely is a character to go. You guys should look into. How do people find you? They want to know more about you moving forward. What information you have out there?
From Glam to Islam on Instagram. I have a Facebook page, Chaplain Jamila Abdul Kareem. You know, and I have a Twitter, From Glam to Islam on Twitter.
Number 2 or T-O?
The number 2,
Right, Glam, number 2.
FROM, the number 2, Islam,
All right, got it.
ISLAM. The 2 meaning I'm both. I'm still glamorous, all up under this.
Oh, shoot.
Hold on, I don't know what to say right now. I don't know what to say. Okay, cool. So that's what's up, George. How could they find you, man? Because you know you got a career ahead of you. How could they get in touch
Well,
with
you
you?
can find me on Facebook at George Danny Berry and on Instagram at Danny George Berry.
Part of a legendary family, Chuck Berry. We give our condolences. This is the
We're the second cousins.
second cousins here.
Yeah.
And moving forward, this is nice, sir.
That's my
moving
nation, my
forward.
Nation of Islam picture when I was a baby.
Yo, can we show this? Moving forward, we're going to go to a break, come back with more artists in the house. We got legendaries in the place to be that open path for people like you and me. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this from my girl, Shook.
It's going
Rolled up. Look how they rolled up. Another one bites the dust they just showed up. It's sprayed the scene, blood paints the scene like Maybelline. A baby screams now for ice cream. Shot on the spot cause someone cocked a Glock. No time to run, that's the end of your fun. Drop down to the ground cause someone got a gun. With a messed up mind, anger within. Who would have known the child's life would end? Maybe it's your baby. Too many times it's just crazy. It just might be a close relative. We gotta take back our streets so we can live. We want peace. Serious is our heartbeats. We're taking back our streets. We want peace. Serious is our heartbeats. We're taking back our streets. We want peace. Serious is our heartbeats. suffer like suffer. Serious is our heartbeat. We're taking back our street. We want peace. Serious is our heartbeat. We're taking back our street. We want peace.
Y'all young folks better tune in and know your history. No excuses now, because the Keyboard Money Mike radio show is going down. Right now.
Keyboard Money Mike is down with us.
For more information, visit the Facebook page, The Keyboard Money Mike Radio Show, for details.